I'll work a little bit more. Okay, we're going to start. So welcome to the beginners Shotokan karate class. This is class number 3 in the series. If you are watching live, welcome. If you are watching this recorded, I'd recommend going back to 1 and 2 first, because we're just going to build on it each class. Okay, so let's start our class properly, so get some space. Musubudachi, Seiza, hands together, close your eyes, Mokuso Hajime, so breathe in and out through your nose in your own time. Mokuso Yai, open your eyes. Sensei ni onigai shimasu. Ready? Os. Quit. We stand. Ready? Os. Welcome everybody. So we're going to start off with a warm-up. Quick stretch. We're going to review the techniques we've been working on from the previous classes, and then we can add on to some new techniques as well. Maybe practice some more exercises, mainly for our stance and using our techniques together at the same time. But let's begin. So let's just start with a bounce on the spot. So keep it light still. I'm loosening my body. My arms are floppy at the moment. My hands are going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do some jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're going to come back. We're going to do arm and legs in and out. Keep our guard up. Okay, so now when we go out, I want to punch. This is more of a coordination thing than anything. In, out, punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good job, just shake it off. Working those legs well. Let's go round with our arms. Big circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, morte. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to twist side to side. Remember to turn this foot to allow your body to move with it. Just rotating on the ball. Let's go arms straight now as we go side to side. Oh, okay, here's one. This is where we start up. We reach up to the sky and we bring it down. And we go up and bend those legs now as we come down. Come up and down. And now use your breath. Breathe in and out. In, out. In, out. Good. Good job. Good shake off. Good. So this time we do a couple of high knees. So you're gonna lift these knees up. And let's do taps if we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And yame. Also, this time we're going to step forward into a lunge here and come back. We're going to step forward and come back. See how I'm using the ball of my foot here. So my foot's bending, working this joint here. This is very important here. So we're going to come down and come back. We're going to try and be controlled the whole time. Let's try this with hands behind the back. Let's go 1, Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Chich. Hatch. Cheer. Cheer. Good, okay, well done. We shake that off. So this time, we're going to do the same exercise, but as we step with one leg, we're going to use our arms opposite here. So my left leg will be stepping forward, but my right arm's coming up like this. And then my left arm comes back, and then come back, and then I'll change. Here, good. Just helping a bit of mobility in the shoulders and the arms. Working it like this. Okay, let's try another 10. I'm going to start with my left leg first. My right hand comes up in front. Itch. Change. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Chich. Hatch. Cheer. Cheer. Good. Take it off. I just want you to touch your toes here. And use this chance just to breathe deep. Control your breath. Good. Now reach up to the sky. And look up. Relax the shoulders. Bring the head up. Good, and down. Let's just go side to side with our neck. Remember to be slow here. Good, now we're going to look to either side. Twisting that neck. Now we're going to make a semicircle going up from ear to shoulder to shoulder. Good. Let's now do the other semicircle going down, rolling your chin against your chest. Okay, good job. Okay. So part of the Zen-Shin challenge is to do push-ups, sit-ups, and squats every day. So we're going to do 10 of each. It's best just to, rather than to do an extra hard exercise, there's probably an easier progression where you can work with better form. So for example, if you're not quite good, strong enough to do push-ups yet, doing them against the wall is going to work the same muscles, but are going to allow maybe people with problems getting onto the floor, or maybe they're not strong enough yet. Allows them to practice those same muscles as us going down on the floor. Maybe you're on your knees. Maybe you're flat. Maybe you've got diamonds. Okay, let's try 10. Got each. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Chich. Hatch. Cure. Jump. Good, and yummy. Now rest a little stretching here. Sit back on the heels, arms forward. Good, now we do sit-ups. Same rule applies here. We might be just doing crunches. Might be sitting up. Might be going for the touch here. Like this. I'll do those ones today. Challenge myself. I'm going back a little. Okay, let's try 10 each. Knee, san, shi, go, rook, chich, hatch, kill, jump. Good, hanyame. Good job. Let's stand up. Good. So last set is our squats. We're going to do 10 of these. So maybe we just could do a hold. For 10 seconds, we could come down in the stance. What I like to do is squat and kick. Squat and kick. So pick whatever works for you. So the last set. Okay, let's go. Each. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Rook. Chich. Hatch. Kill. Kill. Good. Good. Muscle relax. Ready. Okay, that's our warm-up done. Let's go for a quick stretch, then we can get into some techniques. So let's spread our legs first. Toes going forward. I'll bring my hands up over my head. I'm getting my palms together, trying to straighten my hands up. Relaxing my shoulders. Knee, sun, chi. Go on, and then let's move up. See if we can raise those hands higher. Knee, sun, chi. Go. Okay, let's bring our hands to the side. We're just going to twist one way now. Keep your feet where they are, but gently twist to one side. Use that head to help turn the rest of your body. Good. Come back to the middle. Same on the other side. Good. Come back. Good. This time we're going to turn one foot out to the side. So now I'm going to come down, touch my foot if I can, and look up to the side as well. Knee, sun, chi, go. We're going to come up. Turn that foot round too. Let's turn to the other side. Let's go down. Knee, sun, chi, go. We're going to come up. Turn that foot. Good. Now let's put our hands going to the middle. And just support your body weight. Keep those legs where they are. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Ruku. Chi Chi. Hao Chi. Kyo. Jia. Now what we're going to do, a little movement from here. We're going to go one hand touches the opposite foot, and we're going to change side to side. Let's do 10 touches. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, last time we're going to grab our toes, our big toe, with our fingers, and we're just going to pull ourselves down. We're going to drop our head down, look through your legs towards your belly button. And just pull. Knee, sun, chi, go, ruku, chi, 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 kia, jia. Good. Come on. Good. We're just going to bring one hand across the body here. Each. Knee, sun, chi, go. I'm going to try other side. Each. Knee, sun, chi, go. Let's clasp our hands behind our back. Good. And then we can come forward here. Each. Knee, sun, chi, go. We're going to come back up. Now I'm going to push my hands through this way. So my hands are going to push through. Which is a lot harder. We're going to do the same thing. Each. Knee, sun, chi, go. Okay. Good. And shake it off. Then let's just go around with our shoulders real quick. Then let's go backwards. Okay, good job. So we're gonna blend that stretch into like our first exercise, which is building on our last class. We went through our Zen-Shin, which is our front stance. And this is the foundational stance as karateka. This is mainly our most used stance here. So our front stance, if I'm moving forward this way, it's gonna look like this here. So I'm trying to get my toes facing forward. That's the way I'm moving. My front knee is bent and my shin bone should be straight. I don't want to overdo it. That's going to put too much pressure on my knee, and I don't want to make it at this angle. That's exposing my leg very hard to move from here. So that leg's going straight down. That leg is straight, twisting forward. I need to make sure the stance is as wide as my shoulders to give me stability. If it's too narrow, I'm going to be wobbling all over the place. It makes my legs very vulnerable as well. So I need to have a good enough width here. And as for the length, I guess that's dependent on everybody's body size, leg size. But you should feel like you're working it. This is, my legs are under tension here. Like this, I'm not working it too much. And whereas this is going to be training to build explosive power, to be able to move from here. When we train that, that's how we're going to get faster, stronger legs, things like this. So with that said, I just want us to practice this stance, use it just as a stretch, just to feel the feeling and just get used to it. So pick one leg forward. I'm going to be on the side just so you can see the shape here. As you're looking forward, check that your front toes on your front leg are facing forward, and you're trying to twist this back leg round to face the direction that you're going. I want you to really try and lock this back leg out, bend this front leg, and just twist your hips forward. So your belly button is trying to go straight in front of you here. Let's hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yamena. From here, pull back. Good, now we're going to try the other leg. So we're going to step forward. Same principles apply. Check the toes. Check the width. Check the length. Twist your body facing forward in that correct direction. Belly button going forward. Let's hold it for 10. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rugu, chi, chi, hachi, here, jia, good, yame. Let's come back. Good, and shake those legs off. Well done. Now let's try stepping into it. We won't hold it for as long. But from here, I want you to step forward. You're going to come back. Step forward and come back. Now, rather than looking down at your toes the whole time and not trying to check, and now I want you to have that consciousness over your body and just be able to look forward and step here and come back. If you do need to fix, okay, have a look, but try and do this with like a control over your whole body, how it's moving. I'm going to move back. Okay, so pick a leg, we're going to step forward. Each. And back. Knee. Back. Side. And back. See the C shape, the in and out motion I'm making. Sheathe my leg to go through the middle and back. Go. Rook. Chich. Hatch. Keep that body straight. Cure. Jump. Good, yame. Also, don't shake those legs off. Let's kick them out, flick them out in front of you. Ich, knee, san. Just flick them out to the side. Ich, knee, san. She, let's go back. Let's flick them behind. San, she, okay. Just one last exercise in this front stance. We're first going to go back into our stance here. Now we're going to bend this knee down. Knee, san. Shi, straighten both legs. We're going to fold forward. Try and touch your toes. Ich, knee, san. Shi. Now we're going to bend this back leg and come back. Bring your weight all the way back. I'm coming down. Use my hands to balance. Toes are going up here. Good. Now come back forward. Let's change leg. So I've got my other leg forward. Ich, knee, san. Shi. I'm going to bend my back toes. And my knee. Shi. Well, then we're going to straighten both legs. Fold forward. Ich, knee, san. Shi. Then we're going to go back, send the weight all the way back. Use the hands. Toes up. Ich, knee, san. Shi. Right. Good. Shake it off. Well done. Good. So now we're going to go through a couple of techniques together using our hands. We just practice our legs a little bit. Let's go back to our hands. Let's try this. Feet together on the subadach. Ready? Os. Yoi. This is your ready position. We're going to try some chokozukis today. So this is our straight punch. We've been through this before. Let's try making a fist together. So we open our hands, tuck the fingers in, give me thumbs up, I'll give you thumbs up, and then wrap those thumbs across the hands here. Not sticking out on the side, always going across. We're going to bring both back to the side as we twist and turn them. Let's put one hand out. See how I'm aiming for the solar plexus, where my ribs come apart here. The solar plexus is just here in the middle. So this is where we're aiming for. Let's try 10 punch on the spot. Chokozuki. Ich. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Ruk. Chich. Hach. Kyo. Jia. Yame. Okay. So one thing we've avoided is doing the kiai. The kiai is that shout that karatekas make. Maybe I'll show you one. So maybe for example in class we might be doing a set of 10, and then on the last one, Aya! 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 So kiai means to shout, and I'm literally shouting on that technique there as the technique comes out, bang, on the impact. The purpose of the kiai is that I'm releasing the air from my body. I'm making my core very strong. And through this, it's bringing out my aggression and the power. Aya! You can see often even people breathing, the power you can generate. We have students that don't breathe doing their techniques. And there's only so hard you can go. So by allowing that flow of air through your body, you're generating more power. It's also intimidating as well. And we're releasing that air from our stomach, which stops us from being winded, makes a strong core as well. So this time we're going to do 10, but on the 11th one, we're going to do a couple of kiais at the end. So have a go. Everyone's kiai sounds different. However, it's all coming from here. So if your core's strong, that's where the sound is coming from. I'm not shouting using my throat. Okay, let's get into it. So we've got chokozuki again. Let's put one arm out in preparation. Ich, ni, sa, shi, go, ruk, chich, hach, kyo, jia, aya, 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 yame. And red, os. I think it takes a lot of confidence as well to kiai, and I see some students, they might be shy in themselves and they find it hard just to raise their voice and to make a sound like that, an aggressive sound. Some students love it and they use any opportunity to show that power. So I think in some ways it's also good training just to try and overcome that fear of making sound. And we're all doing it in class. It's a great way to generate energy and power. So that was our Chokozuki. Last lesson we also went through an exercise where we blocked in all 4 directions. Let me show you what it looked like. So I had one hand behind my back, one hand starting on the side. I blocked up, I blocked down, I blocked out, I blocked in. That's the step. So watch this again. I'm on the spot, my hand starts on the side and it goes up. Imagine an attack is coming down and my arm raises up. Then I'm blocking down, so it first comes to my shoulder, down. That's my downward block. Now, there's an attack coming on towards the side of my body here, so I can use this arm and go round and block this way. Now I want to imagine an attack coming from this way, and I'm going to go across. So I've got an attack coming in all 4 directions, and I'm using that one hand just to block, and using the full preparation every time. Let's try this. So you can copy me. This would be your right hand is behind your back. Your left hand would be on the side. Okay, let's try. So we go up, ich. We're going down, knee. We're going outside, san. We're going across, shi, inside. Let's try again. Ich, go up. Knee, go down. San, go out. Shi, in. One more time. Ich, knee, san, shi, yame. That was 3 sets then. Let's try the same with this hand. So do your best. Most of this is coordination, and once you practice it enough, you will be able to do it. Okay. So your hands behind the back, one hand to the side. Let's go straight up. Ich. Now we're going to go down. Remember, shoulder, down. Now we're being attacked from this side, so we're going to block out. Now we're being attacked from the other side, in. Let's try it again. Ich, go up. Knee, go down. San, out. Shi, in. One more time. Let's go up. Ich. Knee, san, shi. Good, and yame. Us. I just got a message. Hello there, thank you for joining in. Hope you're having fun doing some crying with us. Okay, so let's try it one more time on each side and go a little bit faster. Up, down, out, across. Up, down, out, across. One thing I worked on, or we talked about last class, was the twist at the end of every technique. If I just raise it up, there's going to be no power, so I have to twist to get the power there. That's called the kime, the focus at the end of the technique. Here. So this forearm, twist the fist with every technique we're doing. Okay, cool. Let's have a go. So we're going to do it a little bit faster. One off each side. Here we go. I'm going to bring both hands to the side now. Pick one hand. Ich, knee, san, shi. Now other side. Ich, knee, san, shi. Let's do it again. Other side. Ich, knee, san, shi. Other side. Ich, ni, sa, shi. Yummy. Us. Good, well done. If you kept up with that, good job. If you didn't, keep practicing, that's okay. We went pretty fast, it's in all sorts of directions. So this time, we're going to work on stepping forward and stepping back in our stance using a technique. Let's first use our oizuki, which is our straight punch, stepping forward. Chokazuki is on the spot. Oizuki is stepping forward. Okay, so let's try this together. So remember, the same principles are applicable right now in terms of the stance. And then I'm just going to use my hands at the same time here. So get some space. We're going to take 1, 2 steps forward. Then we're going to come 1, 2 steps back. And from here, that will be the set. So get some space. Show me you're ready. Look forward, head up. So pick one hand to step forward first and punch. Ich. Good. Now we step again. Ni. We're going back. Ich. Ni. Let's go forward again. Ich. Ni. Backwards. Ich. Ni. Yummy. Awesome. Good, okay. It's a great exercise. I'm going to face you and do it now, this time. A couple things to think about when we step and punch. So beginners, one of the common things they'll do is they'll punch before they step. Show you that again. They'll punch and step. Punch and step. What you need to do is when you step forward is leave this hand out, step and then punch. That'll be the first step for you guys, just to get that timing correct. I think also another important thing to think about is the pullback. When I do punch, it's the opposition of forces that really creates the power there. If it's one hand going out, okay, but when I've got 2 hands, I can engage more of my body and generate a greater force. So really think about one hand going out and the other hand coming back here. Okay, let's try again. I'm going to face you. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Ich. Ni. Go back. Ich. Ni. Forward. Ich. Ni. Back. Ich. Ni. One more time. Forward. Ich. Ni. Back. Ich. Ni. Yummy. Ready? Us. Good job. What a great exercise to practice moving forward and back, doing your oizukis. Now, I would like a similar exercise. So we're going to stand in the middle of the room. I'm facing the same direction as you. When I call out a direction, I might say left. We're going to turn, step and punch to our left. Then we're going to come back in our ready position. I might say right. I'm going to step and punch and I come back. I might say forward. And come back. I might say behind you. We're going to turn, step and punch, and then come back. Okay, so just get in a space to take that one step in any direction. a few things to think about when we do this. First off is coming back, or our starting position, which is our yoi position here. My toes are going forward, my hands are out in front of me here. This is ready. So every time you do your technique, your arms crossed, I come back here and in front of me this way. And I'm looking forward and up here this way. This is important, this is our ready position. Also, some of you may have noticed when I first do that punch, I turn and step and I use my opposite hand to put my arm out first, then I do my punch. And then I bring it back. If I go forward, my opposite hand comes out and then I punch. This, we might mention, is the hikite hand, the pulling hand. So I'm imagining I'm grabbed onto the opponent and I'm pulling them in as the attack comes out here. Also, in this instance, it's also helping us generate that power. Rather than stepping one-sided, it like balances me out before I step and make the attack. So enough talking, Sensei. Let's have a go together. I'm going to face you as we do this. So I'm going to do that here. Your way. So I think this is your left. Right? So, okay, let's try it. Left. Reset. Right. Reset. Forward. Reset. Back. Reset. Right. Reset. Left. Reset. Right. Reset. Forward. Reset. Behind you. Reset. Left. Reset. And yame. Subadachi. Ready. Was good. Well done. So we worked 4 directions there. I hope you guys were able to keep up. We're going to do one more set. An important thing that I didn't mention as well is first thing that moves is my head when I move in that direction. I can't make a blind attack like this. I first need to use my head, which then automatically turns my body as this arm comes out to mark and then punch. So it's really important that we're looking and leading with our head to look in what direction we're moving. We'll try one more time then. So we've got 4 directions. Yoi. Forward. Reset. Back. Reset. Left. Reset. Left. Reset. Right. Reset. Left. Reset. Right. Reset. Behind you. Reset. Forward. And yame. Musubadachi. Ready. Os. Okay, good job. So if you're a beginner, this exercise is good. It's just to get you to quickly step and find that center of gravity, a solid stance here. But then also to work a punch with that at the same time. So this is a good way to practice our stance, technique, sense of direction, and all these things, reaction times as well. We've done a couple of blocks already. I'd now like to try to just going further with them. We've already been for our Arguki, using 2 hands before. I'm going to come down here. Perfect. So earlier we used one hand, didn't we, to go up. But we're actually going to use two hands. So if this is the blocking hand here, this hand's going to come out in front first. Imagine it can be the attack is coming, and this hand here is actually an arm that's going to come and like block the attack first. It can get in the way of the attack that's coming out in front. And then from here, we're going to slide and go up here. This can also be the block here. So the hand comes out, slide and block. See how this hand is going to block this one down here. It comes on the outside, it makes an X, and comes back, and I pull this back to a fist. And this is above my head. It has distance away from my head, and I'm pushing it outwards. I have a slight waterfall hand here to create that downwards direction. I don't want it flat. This is going to be a lot weaker here, so keep it here like this. When we change now, this hand will come out in front. We make the X. This hand now comes out in front. We make the X. Watch from the side. This hand, the blocking hand, comes out. Then I make my X. I go out, X, out, X. Okay, we'll shake it off. So this is the argue key, and this is just how we're doing it properly now using two hands. Let me show you. If I was to use one hand, looks very beginnery. What we're going to do is use two hands and cross it as we do it. Good. No worries as well. That's fine. Thank you for joining. So let's have a go now. We're going to do it on the spot. We're going to practice our block here properly. So we pick one hand, we're going to put it out in front of some mark. The other hand slides up and makes the block. Now this top hand goes out, slide up, out, slide up, out, slide up from the side, out, slide up, out, slide up. So have a go in your own time now for about 20 seconds of just feeling the coordination of this technique. Yummy. Oh, so this was our argue. We just had to go doing it properly. We're going to move on and practice our Gidan using the same kind of principles. So what we practiced earlier in that combination was that hand on top from the shoulder, and it went down. So what we're going to do, the other hand's going to come out in front as this hand starts on the shoulder. So again, this hand can block, it can cover as this hand comes up and make a block here as well. So 1, 2, it can be using a couple of different ways. I could be grabbing onto someone's hand, arm, and pulling and striking here against the joint here. So this hand is coming out and it's pulling in as the other hand comes out. Good. So now, when I'm like this, the hand on the side is now going to come up, and I can go down. Hand on the side goes up, down. It goes on the side, and it comes across. This bottom hand comes across to cover, down. Let's try it again. Up and down. Up, down. Up, down. Okay, so again, we're going to do this for about 20 seconds, practicing your own time, doing that full preparation, up and down, okay? Hajime, about 20 seconds. Good, and yame. It's very important in karate that we make the full preparation in our techniques. Especially with the style that we do, Shotokan. We make big blocks and techniques here. Other styles introduce smaller techniques, like from the shoulder. We're going to go on top here or all the way up here. This allows us to develop the movement of our technique and make us stronger, allows us to really put the power behind the techniques that we do. So we've done 2 blocks, Argyuki and Gidanbarai. Let's see if we can fit one more in. I'd like to try this one. So the 3rd block we did in our combination was Uchiuki, outside block. Outside, the hand twists this way. It's going to be in line with my shoulder. Now, to do this technique properly, I'm going to put my other hand out in front. This hand starts here from underneath and it's going to slide and come out. Watch, armpit, slide and come out. And then this hand is going to pull in, working opposite. Now from here, when I want to change, this hand now is going to go out and round, out, round. Hand on the side comes under and then round. And it comes under again and round. Comes under and round this way. Good, I'll shake it off. This one's getting a little bit trickier. But just think of that movement we do. It's the same path that we did earlier with the one hand. I'm now just using another hand into it. Good, cool, thank you. So let's try this now. Our Uchukis for 20 seconds, and do your best to make the full preparation from here, coming out and pulling back here. Okay, let's try. Hajime. Good, and yame. Good, shake it off, well done. So I think we could do the last block. We might as well do it before we make the hour. And then this can be your homework to practice in your own time and just to go through these techniques and get the full preparation from them. So let's have a go at our Sotoki, our inside block. So this was the one that went across. We went up. We went down, we went out, and we went across here. So see how that arm went back here and across? As this comes back, this arm's coming out. So see how all the blocks, the hands work opposite to each other. As one goes out, one comes back. As one goes out, one comes back. As one goes out, one comes back. And same with this one, out, back. In front of you. And now this one that's just blocked is going to go out in front and round. Out in front to the opposite, round here. And again, out, round. Now be careful when you block, you don't block too close to your face. This means you've blocked too late. So we want to block away from our body. Again, shoulder height. Keep it over here. Make sure it's crossed your body. If I've blocked here, I've still been hit. I have to block across here. Okay, 20 seconds of your own time. Let's just go through that motion here. So one arm goes out and back and then round. Forward, round. Good, okay, yummy. Good, shake it off for them. So there are 4 main blocks. We've now started off today just doing the one-handed version. And then we've upgraded it now. We've gone through all 4 blocks using 2 hands. That would have been the set. So next class, which will be tomorrow, we're going to go through that in more detail using 2 hands, like what I just did then. We're going to practice stepping forward and stepping back, and maybe turning with using those techniques that we've done. We'll see how far we can progress. So practice those techniques here using 2 hands, doing all of them, and we'll see if you can do both sides. That's the test. Also, okay. So before we finish, we're going to try doing a maegeri. We're going to touch on this. A maegeri. A geri means to kick. So a maegeri is our front kick here. So let me show you from the side. Good, so I'm looking forward, my guard's up. I'm going to pick up one leg, kick, and come back. Pick up the other leg, kick, and come back. To do a good kick, because we want a forward motion. So if I just lift up my knee and go rotate from here, that's not a forward motion, it's going up more. So what we need to do is, as we lift up, I'm going to more bring my heel to my bum up here. And then when I kick, we want to give a slight bang with our hips pushing forward to make the attack go out and back. So rather than looking very static like this, I'm trying to attack forward with the technique here, okay? I think it's one of the first times we've been doing this technique. So let's do it quickly, just as I warm down. Do your best. Try and aim for chudan, which should be stomach height for you. So above the belt, here, that's what we're going for. So the technique is maegeri, or we call this front kick in English. So we're going to bring our guard up. So pick any leg, we're going to kick each. Ni, Sa, Shi, Go, Ruk, Shich, Hatch, Kia, Chia, Yabe. Good. Feet together, Musumudash. Let's go into Caesar again. Caesar, one knee comes down and the other. Just one thought, if you are a male, we're going to have our legs open. If you are female, you're going to keep your legs closed like this, in this position here. So mine will be open. So we bring our hands together again. We're going to just settle ourselves. So just breathe in through your nose and out. In, out. In, out. Mokso yamen. Open your eyes. Sensei, domo arigatou gozaimashita. Great. combine. Great. Awesome. Good. Thank you, everybody who watched this video. Please let me know how you got on in the comments, if you learned anything, if there's anything we need to practice, or things you're struggling with, and I would be more than willing to go over that again in our next class, just to make sure we're all caught up with each other. Make sure if you haven't seen the first and second episodes, or the second classes, go check them out on the playlist. Subscribe to us so you never miss a video. And also like. Thank you very much for watching today. Of course.